that was the Lonesome Boatman by the Furies. And that main instrument that you were listening to was the Irish tin whistle, played by Finbar Fury, very well-known tin whistle player here in Ireland. And we passed a lighthouse there. The Blackhead Lighthouse was built in the 1960s, and it's part of a network of lighthouses all around Galway Bay. And that lighthouse is the most northerly point of County Clare, so we have turned and we're heading inland, and across Galway Bay is County Galway, and directly across from us right now is the little village of Speedle. On Speedle is it's an Irish-speaking village. All the signs are in Irish. The last time I was driving through Speedle, there was no signs in English, so it's a Gaeltacht. A Gaeltacht is an area where Irish is the first language spoken, or sometimes the only language spoken. And it looks like we've got a few fishermen here on the left-hand side. I think they've got their lines caught on the rock. People like W.B. Yeats, Lady Gregory, and all their friends. So here you go, folks, another view of the three islands, the Aran Islands. And behind the islands you see some mountains. Wow, it's amazing visibility, because sometimes you can't even see those mountains. Those are the Connemara Mountains, so they're going to be on your left-hand side. The Connemara Mountains. So that's County Galway, across Galway Bay there. So Inishmore was very popular with W.B. Yeats and his friends, and he told all his friends to come out to the Aran Islands to learn Irish. And one of his friends did come, John Milton Synge. He spent a few summers learning Irish on Inishmore, and he wrote one of his plays set there in Inishmore called Riders to the Sea by John Milton Synge, but he's more well known for his other play called The Playboy of the Western World. So he spent a few summers on Inishmore learning Irish. And the last island, the farthest one away, we can't see it very well, but that one's called Inishmore. So Inish is the word for island in Irish. It's spelled I-N-I-S, Inish. And more means great, so the great island, Inishmore. The population on Inishmore is about 800. And it looks like what you're looking out your windows right now. It's pretty flat, just has a few farms and houses. But it's popular with the visitors. And a lot of people will go to visit Dun Aonghasa. Dun Aonghasa is on Inishmore. And Dun Aonghasa is a promontory fort. So it's on the edge of the island and on a sea cliff. And that stone fortification, people used to live there. And they've done the archaeology there, and they date the people that were living in Dun Aonghasa were living there around the Bronze Age, so that's 1500 BC. So that's when people were living in Dun Aonghasa. And anytime as the longest village in Ireland, it's just a small village, but it's spread out on this one bit of road here on the edge of the Burren. And then here you can see a lot of these stone walls that the farms use around their fields. These are called dry stone walls. And they're called dry stone walls because they don't use any mortar or any cement to build these walls. If you look closely, there's even gaps between the stones. And that's so that the wind can blow through the stones and not knock the wall over. So they're called dry stone walls. It takes years of experience and a very keen eye to build these walls and to know which rocks to put on top and which to put on the bottom. So they're called dry stone walls. We're passing a few farms, and you can see there are the baby calves are getting big, and we may see a few sheep. But they're enjoying the sunshine. It's a Sunday. They're having a lazy day today. And I usually also get asked about these houses. They're like, who lives out here? One of the questions I've had. Well, they probably started off as farms. And if a farmer has a family and later on his grown children want to build a house on the land, well then one farmhouse turns into 2 and so on and so forth. And then if they don't want to keep farming, well, they sell the farm, and usually those become holiday homes, vacation houses. And then some people say, well, there's nothing to do around here. Why would you come and hire a house, rent a house out here? Well, because hill walking is a very big activity here in Ireland. Hill walking or trekking, cross-country walking. In 2020, when the pandemic hit, Fáilte Ireland, our tourism board, they had the report ready for 2019. So 2019's numbers came out in 2020. Obviously, we didn't have tourism in 2020, but we had the numbers from the year before, and Fáilte Ireland reported we had 9.7 million visitors that came from outside of Ireland. 9.7 million in 2019. And 2.5 million of those came specifically to go for a walk. So 2.5 million reported that they came to Ireland to do a bit of hill walking or trekking or cross country.